Hey there, welcome back to another episode of the ideal OneChunkMan. In this series, we play a chunkman and we try to unlock the entire map one chunk at a time in the most efficient way possible. Last episode, we continued our plan once on the west side of the map to work towards a dragon scimitar. The first steps in that plan we took were to get a better fishing and cooking method by going to the fishing guild. We fished there for quite a few days and got enough fish to get up to almost 91 cooking, which we'll need to cook a manta ray later on. This episode, we plan on continuing towards that dragon scimitar. Alright, so we're back over at the chunk picker for the first time in quite a few weeks, honestly. Well, I guess we unlocked the other chunk just recently, but first time picking a real chunk in weeks. Fishing took a while, but honestly, didn't mind it. Having fun with leagues and doing some other stuff while AFKing this, so it didn't even feel like a grind for me. Very nice. Anyway, our plan was to go south here. I could go to the west more, but I'm thinking I'll save the Grand Tree for later. We'll talk about why I'm doing that later on, but I'm thinking we'll just go down and do like Tree Gnome Village first and unlock down here. I mean, we've already got the fishing, so I kind of want to just get down to Port Gizzard and like bang that out and get it done with, you know? So I'm thinking we'll just head down from there. So first step is to go straight south here, because we're going to go through the Artie Castle rather than the Artie Market. And the only thing that we need to do is do a bunch of Plague City, which we can definitely do. So let's hop on that. Alright, so we're just pulling off this grate, and that's the furthest thing I can do in this quest until later. Now there's something that's interesting. I do have the gas mask in my inventory, which is obvious because you need that for this quest, but it has some ramifications that I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, can't climb up this pipe because it'll bring me here in West Artie, so that stays until we unlock that chunk later on. Now, the thing I mentioned with the gas mask is that obviously we get a gas mask as part of doing this quest and participating in it, but having the gas mask now means that we're able to do something that we have backlogged before. If you remember a while ago now, we were trying to avoid having to grind up to 65 mining to mine Lovakite. Let me just pan over there and remind us. So we have this area unlocked, the Lovakite mine, and with that, you'd need 65 mining to mine the Lovakite ore that's in here. The only issue is you need Favor to do that, and to unlock the Favor for Lovakenge, you need to use the Sulfur mine up here. Now, we didn't have any way to use the Sulfur mine because you need a face mask or some other face covering to mine there at all. It won't let you do it if you don't have that, and we were able to avoid all of that by not getting 10 Slayer, by locking ourselves intentionally, and then all that stuff just to avoid this. And now we have the gas mask, so now we have to get 65 mining, because now we can do sulfur mining and we can get Favor. So I can go into the backlog, and this is like the only thing that we have backlogs really, so we can just unbacklog that. And yeah, this is going to be something that we have to do, get 65 mining. I avoided it, and now I have to do it. I'm not happy about it, but, you know, what are you going to do? I had to do it eventually. I've been putting it off for a while now. It was going to happen, so yeah, we'll get started on that. We're just going to do the same thing as before, just doing the iron ore mining here and back and forth between the bank. We may as well bank some smithing supplies, because we're going to need to get 70 mining by the end of getting a dragon scimitar at some point along the line, so no point in not banking the iron that we get for the smithing grind later on. And this is working towards that 70 mining grind anyway, so honestly, this is probably better breaking it up into chunks, you know, having the 65 first and then later on having the 70, rather than just going from 60 to 70 straight away. So, yeah. Alright, so we're here and successfully mining sulfur. That's how you know the gas mask is working, because we couldn't even mine it before. When you click it, it just wouldn't work. You wouldn't even get any XP or any sulfur or anything at all. No favor, nothing. So this is working. The favor gain here is very, very slow, so I'll be back in a while. I don't think we're going to be staying to 100% today. I think we're just going to get the minimum and duck out of here, so I'll be back when that happens. Okay, so up to 31.7%. I think we only need like 30% or whatever. So yeah, I think we're good to go ahead and work on love. Okay, now we've worked up our way up to just under 1,000, which I guess is nice. I don't really know if I want to use it for much, but I figure the bank's right here. I may as well just go and bank it or whatever. So yeah, I'll be back maybe with 65 mining. I don't know if I'm going to show intermediate levels or not, but yeah, no iron ore to start with, no iron bars to start with, so we'll see what we have by the end of 65. Alright, we're back. I just thought I'd show off the little slice of crazy efficiency here that we've had working here. Turn my camera south, mining, superheating, all that stuff. But yeah, there's 64 mining. Now, I know I said 65 would be what I would do, but yeah. Well, we don't need that. But also, 60 smithing and 60 magic. Nice levels to have along the way. But if you remember correctly, we have access to a boost, so 64 is basically 65 in our case, because, yeah, we can get a door rinsed out from one of the pubs around here. So that means that we can boost one level, and that is very nice, and I'm happy to have that. But yeah, like I was saying, 60 smithing and 80 magic are both like very big levels to have. I didn't record just because I figured I'd show you here at the end, and it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, let's see what we have in the bank. Now, I haven't really checked on this, but ooh, wow, yeah, okay, 5,300 iron bars. That's gonna be amazing when we hit the smith. So yeah, on to I guess grab the boost and then go mine Lovokite. Here we are over at the Lovokite mine. I got my drinks, but I can't mine this yet. I have to drink it first, of course. Yeah, these rocks look cool, I'll be honest. There's no other red rocks in the game. Okay, I was gonna go on a spiel because I figured it'd take a while, but yeah, we already have the ore. I guess I'll mine a couple more just while I'm here, but we don't really need these for anything. You can like turn them into like armor packs and like turn those in for favor or whatever. I've never actually done that before. Has anyone done that before? I know I certainly haven't in many accounts that I've had. Well, whatever. We've finished this, so chunk complete or whatever. Yo, I was just chopping magic trees. Don't ask me why. It was, but look at this. I got a beaver, dude. That's my that's my second pet. I got the agility pass last episode, and now I have the beaver. 89 woodcutting. Dude, feels good. I was just AFKing magic trees because I had to do some other stuff, and I figured I'd do something rather than nothing. Did not expect the beaver. Very happy about that though. So yeah, I'll get back to work now. I think we're ready to unlock our next chunk, so we'll be heading over there in a second. Okay, so remember that last clip when I said I'd unlock the next chunk? Yeah, I lied. I'm still woodcutting. We're over here at the yew trees now in the woodcutting guild. 90 woodcutting. I can chop redwoods, which is, I guess, nice for the future. Yeah, I needed some more AFK time. Sorry, not sorry. Lots of logs in my bank now for, something later. I mean, it'll be nice money if I fletch and sell them. Or alch them, I guess, but, I don't know. Nice to have. Fletch XP, whatever. But yeah, okay. I think I'm actually done AFKing now, so we'll go talk about what we're unlocking next. Alright, so with that unnecessary and miscellaneous woodcutting all done, yeah, so we did the 6-sided mining, we did that part of Plague City, so we can just go ahead and complete those. Let me scroll back over to Ardoin, where we are. Now, like I was mentioning, we just want to head south from here and go to Trinum Village and Porkazar and all that stuff, so just going to go south again. I think there's just going to be a ton of quests, like this chunk and the next chunk and the next couple of chunks. They're all just going to be quests. There's not going to be any, like, anything else to do except for just quests and I guess some diary tasks, as you can see. But, yeah, Sheep Herder, starting a couple other quests, whatever, let's get on it. listen, we're just gonna ignore that whole thing where I just died because I had no food and went the wrong way down this passageway. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Anyway, that's the furthest we can get on this quest anyway. And that completes all the quests that we were able to do for this chunk. So now we're moving on. Alright, with that chunk completed, and I did complete those diary tests. I may not have shown them, but they're pretty easy to do, so very easy to just complete while I was doing other stuff. We can now move down to the Ardoin Monastery chunk. And this one is basically just going to have more stuff to do. Clock Tower, Monk's Friend. These are doable because of underground areas, so we still need to check those off, but those are both doable in Hazy Occult, so we'll go on doing all the 3 of those. Easy enough. 1, 2, 3. Those are done now. Let's keep moving south. We don't need to do this quest, but Fight Arena is gonna... Well, we're gonna have to do it eventually because we have to get over to this island, so we'll do Fight Arena and then we'll do Tree Gnome Village, so this way first. And this quest is like a dream for a chunker because it's like the only quest that is like entirely contained within a single chunk. Oh, and there's something interesting about that is actually we'll have enough quest points to do Dragon Slayer, or start it, I should say, and enter the Champions Guild as well, which is very cool after completing Fight Arena. So yeah, let's do Fight Arena, which is cool quest all contained within this single Fight Arena chunk, and then we'll enter the Champions Guild and see what's up over there. Here we are over at the Champions Guild. We unlocked this chunk a long time ago, but just now we're able to enter it. It really is hard to get quest points on a chunk account. But yeah, there we go, started the quest. Now, we will need to go to Oziak next, and he is, excuse me, all the way up there in the monastery chunk, which we're not going to unlock anytime soon, so no worries there. Alright, with Fight Arena taken care of, we're going to go ahead and do Tree Gnome Village now. I don't think we can get in directly from here, and we need to unlock this battlefield chunk anyway. So we'll start off by unlocking the battlefield chunk, and I don't think there are any tasks from here. This is actually a dangerous chunk for some chunk accounts that start near this area. It's got some nasty drops in it, but nothing for us, fortunately. So from there, then we can go straight down to Tree Gnome Village, and this will be able to do most of the quest. There is the boss fight, which is way over here by the underground pass entrance, right here at the top of the screen. So we'll have to go do that in a minute, but for now, let's just get as far as we can. Alright, so we're returning this orb that they asked us to retrieve, and while we were gone, everything got stolen. So this is where we go fight the boss, except we don't have the chunks unlocked yet, so we'll have to go ahead and unlock those chunks to get there. Now we're going to be unlocking West Ardoin to get there, and that's fine. It'll just mean able to do some of the Plague City quest once we unlock this northern chunk just east of here. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do that. Do some progress in Plague City, finish Tree Gnome Village, and we'll finally get to go to Port Gazard. Alright, with that done, we are going to head to here. Now we can either go through the Orion Altar chunk. I think you can go over this part here. I'm not sure, but honestly, I would rather go through here. Let's leave that for later. So we can start going here, and then it'll come around here, and we fight. The fight is like way back here by the underground pass entrance, but outside the city. So we can do a little more Plague City. We can't finish it yet. We'll need some other chunks to finish it, but yeah, let's go and do that. we should now be good to go ahead and unlock that western part of West Ardoin, and that'll get us enough to go ahead and defeat that boss for Tree Gnome Village. With Tree Gnome Village complete, we're safe to move on to the next chunk, which is the Port Gazar chunk. In the Port Gazar chunk, of course, we have to cook a manta ray, and like we talked about before, we'll have to catch a minnow because we've done fishing contest and we had the fishing guild, and we'll now have the angler outfit. So, along with that, we also have 2 easy diary tasks. Alright, we are on our first trip out here. I still gotta get the hang of this. I know there's a way you can angle it so that you can get like 2 at a time or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how this works. I know they've also changed it since I've been here last. I know that the the games are shorter or whatever, but yeah, we're gonna do this for a while and then we'll yeah. Alright, just came back from the first trip. Reward is, look at that, already got our manta rays, so that's the fishing task already done for the chunk. Now we just need to cook it, and we'll need to get full angler because we need to go and fish minnows anyway. So yeah. Hold on, rewind the tapes. Did you catch it? Did you see what just happened? Right there. See it? Right there. I just made the biggest mistake on this whole account. But that's not the end of the episode. I'm not going to let it go out like that on a sad note. Now, we just did find out that we can train construction via repairing holes on fishing trawler, which is a big blow to all of my plans, but we're not going to go out like that. Let's talk battle strategies here. So first of all, before we get into that even, why didn't the website tell us that we had the ability to train construction via repairing holes? And that is because, well, it's not perfect. I'm the developer of the website, and I don't know everything. And honestly, I didn't know that repairing holes in fishing trawler gave construction XP consistently every single time you repaired them. Not until just now, honestly, or a couple days ago via this recording. So I just found out now, and I'm having to deal with the consequences. I've added to the website now, so you can see that because repairing holes on fishing trawler is a consistable, repeatable action that gives construction XP every time you do it, it counts as a way to train construction a viable way, and therefore it's a primary construction training method and will allow us to do construction tasks. And you'll see that that has led to the website picking out that we need 77 construction to build an elite stash unit. Now, that is because it is our only way to process mahogany planks. By the default rules, which are the rules that we're using, the default vanilla rules for chunk, character, construction is not required inside of a player-owned house. Now that's because the player-owned house is like an instance, and so the default rules don't consider building furniture inside that instance as part of a requirement. It's an optional thing you can do if it benefits you, but it's not something that requires you to do. So that's why 77 construction is our task here. So with all being covered, now we know why we're doing it, now we know what we're doing and why we're doing that. So let's talk how we're going to do it. Now obviously we didn't get to plan for this really. Usually we get the benefit of being able to know what's ahead and planning accordingly, getting good training methods, pre-preparing, you know, sometimes even doing the levels before we get there so that by the time we get there it's all good. But this time we don't have that. We did prepare a little bit, kind of felt like maybe there might be something in the future. I didn't expect this at all, but I felt like there might be something in the future that we might need construction for, so we have planned a little bit, but not as much as I wanted. Let's switch over to this. So what we did plan for is, let me scroll on over here to the Woodcutting Guild. This is both the worst decision I made and also the best in the terms of construction. So we unlocked the sawmill here, which has a saw in it that we can that we could pick up and use, which means that this is kind of the reason that we have this in the first place, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to make the elite stash unit. But it also means that we have a sawmill, which means we can make planks. Because if we couldn't make planks, we would have to train by repairing like 1 million holes on fishing trawler to get level 77. And that is not something I want to do ever, so I'm really happy that we have this. So with the sawmill here, there's a couple of oak trees just above it right here, and then there's a bank deposit box over here in this building. So you can kind of run between all three in a triangle like this and collect a bunch of oak planks. It's not the fastest way. I would have loved if, excuse me, scrolling over here again. I would have loved if we had the Servants Guild, which is right here. We could have a servant then and have a demon butler bring stuff back and forth. That would make things much faster and would be honestly amazing. It would be nice if we had the Runeton portal, because there's a guy who unnotes stuff right here, so you just run back and forth between the portal, and that would be pretty quick, you know, not too bad. We do have something though. So obviously we have the oak planks as a way to get it, and we do have the Pond of Niche portal here. Now, like I was saying, we're not required to do anything inside our player-owned house via default rules, but we are allowed to if it benefits us. And in this case, training with oak planks that we make over by the Woodcutting Guild sawmill in our player-owned house will be the best way to train, I think. So the plan is we have a portal here that we can access at level 30, I think. And then here where this pot icon is, the journal star icon, there is someone who unnotes stuff just like in Remington. Now it's a bit further of a run, as you can see, so it's going to be a bit of a pain, but I think it's not bad, honestly. The other option is we could bring a lot of teleports and teleport to the house, then teleport to a bank, teleport to the house, teleport to the bank, back and forth. But I'd prefer to do the running back and forth, honestly. It saves on law runes. I don't think it's going to be that much quicker to teleport. And it also means that I don't have to worry about turning on build mode every time or whatever. So I just think this is going to be easier to do it this way, which is nice that we have this, honestly. So I've calculated it out, and to get to level 77, I think it's like 24, 25. I'm not sure exactly, but it's like 25,000 oak planks or something like that, which is obviously a lot. Now, we do have one more thing that is going to help us out on this grind and make it a little bit easier. And that one thing is this: Oak Shelves 2. These can be built in the kitchen in a player-owned house with oak planks and soft clay, so we can easily make it. Level 45, easily below what we need anyway. And it can make tea that gives you a boost of +2 in construction. That means we'll only need level 75. Now, we can just drink the tea and kind of like run out of our house and build this dash unit real quick, so that shouldn't be a problem. But 75 construction brings down the amount of planks by a decent amount, honestly, because once you get up there in those levels, each level is a lot of planks. So if I've calculated correctly, to get level 75 construction, we need like dead on 20,000 oak planks. So plan for next episode is work on getting 20,000 planks. That's going to be a very, very long grind. And that's where we're going to leave things for this episode. Hope you liked it. I know that it wasn't in the plans to get this construction stuff, but I hope we can make it through it. Apologies about the delay between the last video a while ago and these last two, but we're back at least for now, and working really hard on getting the next video out to you guys, but I have a lot of planks to make and use, so we will see how long that takes. Anyway, while we're here, shout out my patrons, of course: JLo, Hapri, Logan, Invalid Cards, Parian, and Frozen. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Go to patreon.com/sourcechunk to support me if you want, and if not, I appreciate it so much anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you hopefully sometime soon for the next episode.